Hello, good evening, and welcome back. McDonald's paper straws fully recyclable, makers say, from the BBC News yesterday. Paper straws were brought in to replace the plastic ones. McDonald's new paper straws are fully recyclable, its makers have said, in case you've heard the stories floating around that they've replaced their recyclable plastic straws with these non-recyclable paper straws. It's not quite true, it's just at the moment they are too large for the recycling infrastructure. It follows fast food giants saying the thickness of the straws made it difficult for them to be processed and they should be put in general waste. Yes, right. The fact of the matter is that our straws are recyclable, 100% recyclable, according to Mark Farney, the firm's marketing director. However, he said infrastructure from business and local authorities was needed to help maximise the opportunity to recycle them. Yes, now push it on to be somebody else's problem. It's very similar to virtue signalling this, but it's the kind of thing where you're trying to do better and trying to be morally superior in order to appeal to particular people or just make yourself feel good, whatever it is, and then making the situation worse because you haven't thought it through, you haven't thought about strategy. Tim Pool says it should be mandatory to teach children chess or at least checkers or drafts in the UK so that people understand that when you do something, something else happens. But, of course, initially it's similar to something that Thomas Sowell put in his Vision of the Anointed, where they just do something to feel morally superior even though they're creating utter havoc in their wake. The restaurant chain uses 1.8 million straws a day in the UK, so the move to paper was a significant step in helping to reduce single-use plastic. Chewing gum is single-use plastic as well, so wrap your head around that one. The move to paper straws followed a successful trial in selected McDonald's restaurants earlier in 2018. However, a petition by irate McDonald's customers to bring back plastic straws has so far been signed by 51,000 people. I would do what Marley Yiannopoulos does, which is just take your own plastic straws to restaurants, and if you want to be particularly edgy, you can get one of these, where it says, "Liberal paper straws don't work, Trump re-election campaign raises $500,000 with embossed plastic straws." They are plastic and laser printed, and it has Trump on it as well. They're red, of course, and pull one of those out when people are trying to be environmentally friendly, and it'll go down a storm. They say that the red BPA-free bisphenol A, so you don't have the estrogen imitators, so it's fine for your testosterone, all you manly men. Recycling friendly and reusable straws are made in the US, come in a pack of 10 for $15 or 12 quid, and are laser engraved with Trump in block capitals. Yes, they are reusable straws, they are recycling friendly, isn't that amazing? There are other alternatives if you wish. You can go into bamboo and they're still recyclable. You get bamboo chopsticks as well, so they're not as flimsy as paper, they don't dissolve in your drink, seeing as that was what started this off in the first place. It was all just a joke. And it started off, they say, by Brad Pascale, "I'm so over paper straws. This is exactly what they would do to the economy as well. Squeeze it until it doesn't work." And we have a picture that I'm sure everybody recognises if you've ever used paper straws. I mean, I'd recommend doing what my girlfriend does, which is if you use a paper straw, then you have to rest it on the top of the glass when you're not using it so that it doesn't dissolve, because it tends to do that. So I'd recommend that, and me working in a bar using paper straws, I suggest that as well. But take your own, or you could use glass if you want, and glass again is washable, and then you can see if it's clean after it's come with the dishwasher, if it's transparent, or stainless steel straws. But at what point does a straw become a tube at this point? And you can have stainless steel chopsticks as well. I've got some of those, and that is, from my understanding, is the origin of shurikens, because if you hold it kind of palming it and it going down between your two middle fingers, then you can throw it and it goes very straight and it's like a dart. And ninjas would always hide in plain sight, and a chopstick would be one of their weapons as well. So they say this kind of started as a joke. They were saying, "Oh, these paper straws are awful," and this guy said, "Well, why don't we make plastic straws and bring them back and say it's not an issue? It isn't responsible for 5% of the plastic waste." That was just from a middle schooler, maybe even a high schooler in America who made a project and got a faulty statistic, and then people just run with it, and that's what sparked this whole thing off. Just utter crap. Again, just think it through. It obviously wouldn't make sense. And then there's the other thing when you're talking about getting rid of plastic, which is with the plastic bags, for example, by supermarkets, which you have to pay 5 or 10 pence for to get one of their supposedly single-use ones. That used to be what people put rubbish in, and they would dispose of it, and they'd be a lot thinner than the ones they currently use. So we're now using more plastic to throw away our rubbish than we were before. So again, it doesn't work. They say the straws and other merchandise have contributed to a build-up of new campaign donors who can be targeted when the presidential campaign gets into full swing, and it's already accrued $105 million in the second quarter of this year. He is outraising and outspending the Democrats phenomenally. He is targeting YouTube and Facebook ads in particular. I think it's because he knows that they wish to demote him, and there are ways that Facebook has tried to get around this, and it has been accepted and confirmed that they can do this. Whether or not they have done it so far is yet to be told, but they would be sneaky with it by knowing who is most likely to vote Democrat or Republican, and on election day only say, oh, remember to vote to anyone who is a likely Democrat voter. That kind of thing is their attempt to swing an election. So he said, they really appreciate what I'm doing, and they've let me know at the White House, and this is to do with black people, and they just go into a tide of racism here. They're saying black Americans' approval has hovered around 10% over the course of Trump's presidency. Yes, because not giving them free stuff. However, an independent Quinnipiac University poll also released on Tuesday found that 80% of black voters say Mr. Trump is racist. Among the general public, the figure falls to 51%, which shows how effective the MSM to NPCs works, doesn't it? Considering if you give any example of anything that is supposedly racist, it's easily disprovable. If somebody says, oh yeah, Trump making America racist again, it's like, cool, name one thing. And then they falter, and then they might say something, oh, what about the gang? It's like, well, he didn't name anybody, and then he said, go back to where you come from, sort it out, and then tell us. It's not racist. Race wasn't mentioned at all. It's like, oh, what about saying in Chicago and Baltimore where it's rat infested? It's like, yes, he's saying exactly what other reporters have done, previous mayor has said, what Bernie Sanders has said, and he isn't mentioning race at all. It isn't racist. Just all these things. And saying, oh, don't want people to come into the US legally. Yes, because 80% of the women are raped along the way. I don't think you should be encouraging this sort of behaviour. What about MS-13? Oh, he called Mexicans animals. No, he called MS-13 a very violent and organised gang operating for Mexico animals because of their barbaric behaviour. So don't get it. Or the Muslim ban. Oh, the one that didn't affect majority Muslim countries, and Muslim is an ideology, not a race. And that list of 8 countries were drawn up under Obama's administration. Yeah, not racist. The photos of cages of people in the border from Obama's administration. He was called the Porter-in-Chief. And he was also called Barack Obama due to the amount of drone strikes he used. And up to this point in the presidency, Obama deported more people than Trump. So you can work this one out for yourself. But I guess Orange Man bad, and that's all you need to know. But anyway, let me know what you think below. What you think about straws, single-use plastic, and what the alternatives are. And if you take your own straws, because I'd say go for it. It'd be great, and I can see why this joke idea sold out as quickly as it did, and they had to make more. I think I'll get some as well. So, thank you all very much. Hope to see you next time, and have a wonderful day.